can guarantee you that you will be making more than people who have 4-year degrees. You'll probably start making money by the end of the first year.
Boom! What a great way to start this video. My name is Joseph Darling. This is the Men of High Value channel, and today we're reacting to Alex Hormozi's how I would spend $1,000 if I were in my 20s. And the reason why we're doing this is because Alex Hormozi is one of the most brilliant business owners on the planet right now who is making content. And we got to take the best content from the best creators that are in our space, which is business and entrepreneurship. And we can mention Grant Cardone, we can mention Patrick Bet-David, we can mention Alex Hormozi. So today we're reacting to Alex Hormozi. What is he saying that you should spend your $1,000 on?
Your earning capacity is going to be the thing that generates you wealth. Do you want to be smart with your money and save it? Absolutely, because that gives you way more that you can play with. But when you're 20, even when you're 30, and in my belief, whatever age you are, I believe that you should take all of the excess money, live as cheap as you can, take 100% of that excess money and invest it in education that increases your earning capacity.
Damn. Okay, first off, fantastic advice. So Alex Hormozi is basically saying, and I'm just summarizing here, that if you are in your 20s, 30s, or whichever age, okay, forever, if you are trying to fulfill your potential and actually become the greatest version of yourself, you're going to need to be educated. The education process is not something that you do by going to school and getting a formal education and then to try to get a job, going to college and all that crap. The education process of fulfilling your potential and becoming the greatest version of yourself is continuous and doesn't end until you die. You don't end that stuff. And you're trying to make a lot of money. Why? So that you can have your freedom, so that you don't need a boss, so that you can choose where you want to live, so that you can get a family, so that they can have an amazing life quality, which in turn will give you amazing life quality, and for you to have great experiences with people in the higher echelon of social circles. That's what we're trying to do. And so if you're going to achieve that, you're going to have to increase your earning capacity on a continual basis. And should there be an end to that? In my opinion, no, because you're going to eventually get kids. Your kids are going to look up to you, and if you've stopped making money or increasing your earning capacity, you're being a lousy father. You're being a lousy example to your kids because they in turn are going to eventually want to increase their earning capacity. And the more that you've increased yours, the more they have the opportunity to fill your shoes so that they can achieve their full potential.
I would rather you, or I would rather me, or somebody who's 20 or somebody who's 30 take $2,000 a month, because that's what 25 grand is, and invest it in courses, coaching, mentorships, workshops, and seminars. Every month, I'm putting that 2K.
Dang. Okay, so in your 20s, 30s, whichever age you are, it doesn't matter. Let's say you have an income, you need to have a job, and I always recommend people to start with 2 or 3 jobs, most likely 3, in order for it to fit your 80-hour work week schedule. I recommend that, and from that, you should be able, if you're in a first world country, to be making at least 3 or 4K a month, preferably after taxes, if you're thinking straight, okay? Let's just do a quick calculation on this. I haven't done this for a while. But let's say you're just making minimum wage in California, $15 an hour, and you are working 80-hour work weeks, and it's about $4,800, and then you take away, let's say 30%, you're left with $3,360. So if you've got $3,360 after taxes, now it depends if you live by yourself or if you live with your parents. If you have the opportunity of doing that, you're going to have a different type of vibe of what you're spending money on, obviously. But if you have the possibility of investing $500, $1,000, or in his case, Alex Hormozi says $2,000 in your education on a continual monthly basis while you keep your other expenses low, that is the ultimate way to progress in life. Why? Because you're getting education from people that have actually paved the way before you, and they have stepped into the minefield so that you don't have to step on mines in the minefield. This is genius advice. Alex Hormozi, from what you'll see afterwards, he's completely against college in this day and age. Instead, he's saying that the real way of learning and educating yourself these days is to actually take all that money that you would have invested in college. And when you think college and university, think about the biggest and greatest universities, because they're the ones that is going to actually eventually make you rich, hopefully, right? But most people can't get into those schools, and I don't recommend that you even try to get into those schools, because you can take that money that you would have spent on that type of education. I'm not saying get into debt. Student debt is just ridiculous. But take that money that you would have been investing in that and then invest it into workshops, mentoring, one-on-one coaching, just like Alex Hormozi is suggesting, and that's the way that you'll continuously be increasing your earning capacity.
Let's say that you take that $2,000 a month and you do that for 4 years. And I'm not saying do the 4-year degree. I think that is a play if you want to. I don't necessarily agree with it anymore in the marketplace that currently exists. 4 years later, I fucking guarantee you that you will be making more than people who have 4-year degrees. You'll probably start making money by the end of the first year.
Oh my gosh. Right on point. I love this stuff, okay? Because this is what I've been teaching for the last few years on this specific Men of High Value channel, I might add. Alex Hormozi, again, is not recommending college or university. He's saying, imagine taking $2,000 and continuously investing that every single month for the next 4 years. He's saying that you're going to be making way more money than the person that actually gets a 4-year degree, maybe even a 6-year degree, for crying out loud, getting a master's or a freaking PhD that stands for poor, helpless, and desperate, according to Robert Kiyosaki. Imagine taking those $2,000 a month every single year. Guess what happened? Actually, this is what happened to Luaista. Luaista is my number one online client ever, okay? 4 years ago, I signed up an online client. He paid me $297 that first month. And over the course of the time that we've been working together, and he's still with me, okay? He's in the other room because we're working together on some really awesome projects. Guess what? For 4 years, he's invested $20,000 in working with me. $20,000. That's an average of $400 every single month. And guess what? He started out with nothing, and now he's making approximately $20,000 every single month, having built a 1.1 million subscriber YouTube channel. Go check it out, by the way. Do you think he's gonna be making less or more money over the rest of the course of his lifetime? So he invested $20,000 over the course of 4 years, started with nothing, and in the last 18 months, we went from pretty much 0 to 1.1 million subscribers on YouTube. That's how it's done, my friends. He did not need a 4-year degree. Instead, he did 4 years with me and Men of High Value, and we've transformed his life. And actually, when I think of it, Luaista made $600 in his business from a business that he already had going before he met me. Once I started working with him, literally, we took that from $600 revenue in a month to $6,000 the following month. So when Alex Hormozi says that you're probably gonna be making more money within the first year, like making more money than a college graduate within the first year of using, investing in your education with mentoring and coaching and community building, etc., etc. Luaista did that in 1 month, right? So obviously that's not a normal thing. Most people don't achieve that, but you could, maybe, potentially. What if it takes you a year? It's better than 4 years, right?
The amount of copywriting courses and books and programs, mentorships, and even one-on-one coaching. I think one-on-one coaching is a phenomenal way to learn a new skill.
Oh my gosh. So he's talking workshops, books, mentoring, and then he mentions, of course, one-on-one coaching. How does Men of High Value separate us from programs and courses and everything else that's out there? Because there's tons of coaching online these days, right? How do we differentiate ourselves? Well, we're not a program and we're not a course. We are a community, a way of life where we actually use one-on-one coaching on a continual weekly basis. Go and check out all different other courses that's going on these days, all other programs. You'll notice that very rarely do they offer one-on-one coaching because no one has capacity for that. And if you're going to hire someone who's a multimillionaire for one-on-one coaching, that's pretty expensive, right? But what we're doing in Men of High Value, I want to create the McDonald's, okay? Not in terms of bad product and cheap, but the McDonald's in terms of systems of coaching. I want to make it affordable. I want to make one-on-one coaching affordable for all of humankind, starting with men, because men are the root of the problem in society, but we're also the solution. And I want to make that affordable for everyone worldwide. That's the way that I'm thinking. And if you want to participate on that journey, jump on board now so you can work directly with me, because that's only going to be possible for a short period of time. At some point, I have to increase my pricing because I can't work with everybody, but I can train coaches that can train you. But if you want to learn directly from me while it's still somewhat affordable, you might as well book a free discovery call with me so that you can check out the accountability, the consistency that you can get from one-on-one coaching as suggested by Alex Hormozi.
Although lots of people in a particular space, see the one that you jive with the most, you like their teaching style. You don't need to follow this stuff for forever to like belabor the decision. Give yourself 7 days.
Boom. Okay, so what he's suggesting here is who should you hire as a coach? And this is a very important point because there's a lot of people that sell coaching these days. So you just go on Instagram and you probably have been hit up by other people. If not, you've probably been hit up by me if you're on my Instagram, because I chat with everyone. But you'll notice that he's saying, how long should you invest in terms of figuring out who you would like to work with? Because there's so many options. He says, don't belabor the decision, just use 7 days. Make a decision. After 7 days, I'm gonna figure out who I want as my one-on-one mentor or the program or course that I'm gonna enroll into. And I'll spend 7 days to figure out if I like the person, go through all of their free information that I can to figure out if I have the same values as that person. And then I would jump on a free discovery call, like I mentioned, in order for you to take that next step. Don't spend 6 months trying to research stuff because you're postponing your book. And what I mean by book is about 95% of you guys, I don't recommend you guys to read any books at this point in time. You know enough information. What you need is a coach to basically coach you one-on-one and write you your own book, live, real time, with the problems and issues that you're facing currently on a day-to-day basis. That's what most people need. This is why everyone needs a coach, because everyone's situation is different. And they need someone to guide them through their personal issues and problems to get to the other side so that they can begin to move towards their financial freedom. That's what most people need. They need their own personally written book by a one-on-one coach. If you don't have that, you should have gotten it a long time ago.
Because you know what's really even cooler than buying one person's? Buy them all. And then you'll know what everyone knows.
Oh! Instead of buying one person's coaching or course or program, buy them all. Okay, now obviously this is a little bit over exaggerated, but he has a very valid point. You need to find what you need, specifically you, in order for you to get to the land of your dreams. That's not buying everyone's programs, but that's buying everyone's programs in terms of where you want to go. So you need to figure out your niche, right? Your business niche, what type of business model you're going to use in order for you to get your freedom. You need to get over your addictions. You need to figure out how to be consistent in life, how to build your foundation. This is what Men of High Value are experts on. This is what I do for a living, is I help you to lay the foundation for your life so that you can master any program or course out there. And I literally recommend all of my guys, if they need it, and they do, obviously, in order for them to succeed in their specific niche, they need to hire more mentors and coaches. It doesn't end. It's not like you get rich and now you don't need mentors and coaches anymore. You need to hire coaches continuously for the rest of your life, because you're always going to have some sort of issue or problem that needs to be solved. And if you don't, then other people around you do. And when you do have money, you can help them to actually get the experts' help. Like, imagine health when you know, people around you are beginning to fall like flies because of, you know, certain stuff that they put into their bodies, or because of cancer or whatever might happen. You need experts. And when you've got money, you can actually hire experts, coaches, and mentors that can help you to solve your issues, whatever they may be.
And then guess what happens? You become just as good or better. Now you're making $80,000 a year. Well, now we've got $4,000 a month that we can spend on coaching and mentorships and learnings and courses and whatnot.
Boom. So he's basically saying that once you've doubled your income, which is pretty much you have your job income and then you've got your business income on the side, and you keep that job and you keep the business income, because that's very wise to do that for a certain period of time, you now have $4,000 to invest a month in mentors and online coaching. That will speed up the process even more because now you have the availability to hire even better mentors. You got to start where you're at, which is down here, and then you got to keep increasing your ability to hire the better and better and better coaches over time. And eventually you're going to spend $1 million a year on coaching. Why not? Because you're fulfilling your potential. We're trying to get you to become the absolute best version of yourself, and you got to be around the experts in order for you to achieve that. Okay, I'm not saying when you're making $1 million, you should be spending $1 million on coaching. You obviously take a percentage of your budget, but do you get what I'm saying? Once you make 10 million, you might as well use $1 million because it's tax deductible as well. This is what's so genius about actually becoming the best version of yourself.
One is you have to make that decision that you're not going to spend all your money on stupid stuff. The second is that you are going to spend your money not on the S&P, but on the S and me. What? Is that you're going to spend it on you, because that thing is going to compound a hell of a lot faster than 10% a year. You can double, triple, 10x your earning capacity. The people who are the richest people in the world, they make 1,000 times more.
Ooh. Amazing video by Alex Hormozi. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, please go and do so now, because there's so much good information that comes there for those of us that want to become entrepreneurs. And I hope all of you on my channel are striving to become entrepreneurs so that you can master your life, so that you can go through even more rejection than what you normally do, so that you can get the quality of life that you desire. Understand how the rich think. The rich are trying to continuously progress and get better every single day. And the way to speed up that process is with mentors and one-on-one coaching. Welcome to Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Make sure you DM me on Instagram at Men of High Value, and I'll see you in the next one.